Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the collective for all signs for August 7th, 2020. This is a message for all signs, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let's go ahead and invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, spirit guides, and ascended masters to this space to deliver the messages for August 7th, 2020 that we need to hear. Messages for the collective, August 7th, 2020, please. The Knave of Swords. The Queen of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Cups, very nice. Whoa. All right, and the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is a very interesting reading, you guys. Overall energy is the High Priestess in reverse. This is some sort of enlightenment, some sort of clarity, something that's been really confusing for you. You're cutting through that confusion. How are you doing that? You're trusting your inner wisdom, your inner guiding light, and your intuition. You guys have passed some sort of test and you're being admitted into that inner temple of knowledge. Okay, so this is very cool, and I'm a little perplexed and excited to see what messages come out with these four cards. So we get the Knave of Swords. I love this. The sword is pointing straight up. This sword is about enlightenment. It's about alignment. It's about receiving messages from the divine. Again, we have the Lionsgate portal open to us, so many of you are receiving and anchoring those light codes from the sun, from Sirius, okay, and you're integrating them into the earth plane, and that's beautiful, and that's really helping you cut through this confusion. Now, the Knave of Swords is the Page of Swords, so this is also communication. So many of you guys are expressing this, or you're seeing expressions of this love and this compassion all around you and in these situations. And again, it echoes this clarity that we're getting with the High Priestess coming out. Now, we then have the Queen of Cups. Now, when I first pulled these cards, I felt like you were cutting through any sort of emotional confusion. So something that you're very emotionally attached to, a romantic situation, a family member, a job, a passion, something that you do creatively, like your artwork or your poetry, your writing, your sport, you know, your physical health, whatever it might be, but it's something you're very, very emotionally attached to. When the Queen of Cups is in reverse, I often get this feeling of jealousy, this emotional imbalance, emotional manipulation, clinginess, that sort of thing. And I really feel like the Knave of Swords is cutting through this energy. And it's about evolution. It's also about maturity. It's about moving through these feelings, moving through these emotions, because this is what your higher self wants you to do and is telling you what to do. And your higher self is really sending out these signals. No more of this. This doesn't serve us. This doesn't get us to our 10 of Cups, our ultimate happiness. Absolutely beautiful. 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. This is the completion of a cycle. This is celebration. This is weddings. This is birth. This is, you know, promotions. This is you being completely over the moon. All right, but we also have here, we have the Queen of Wands. Now this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, and the Queen of Wands in reverse is also quite angry. It's passionate anger, though. It's reaction without thinking. And we have the Knave of Swords here, so we're seeing the real importance of analysis, okay, of thinking before you speak, because sometimes the Knave of Swords, the Page of Swords, can represent somebody who's very blunt, who doesn't think about what they're saying, who doesn't care about the reactions to the words that they're using. Okay, so again, here we have to be really careful. Now, I love the fact that we have the 10 of Cups here. I love High Priestess energy. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of flow. There's a lot of fluidity. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay? But when I have two queens showing up in the reverse, for some of us, this is going to be a third-party situation. Okay? Or somebody's trying to decide between these two queens. Okay? We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have Aries, Leo, Sag. So that might be your decision. Some of you have decided on your own happiness and going your own direction. Now, the Queen of Wands in reverse does sometimes also echo this idea of the other party, that third party situation. The Queen of Wands can also, when she's in the reverse, out of jealousy, out of anger, out of frustration, out of spite, can, you know, use her sexuality, okay, to create a situation that's unhealthy. Okay, and we see that. We see this lack of emotional balance here with the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this could be aspects of yourself, okay, that you're healing, that you're clearing, that you've decided, you know what, this doesn't work for me. This is a lower vibration energy that, you know, I don't need to, that's not me. For some of you, it's a person. This could be a combination of fiery water sign or vice versa, or somebody exhibiting these qualities, and you're choosing your happiness over anything else, and you're moving out of it. You're gaining the clarity, you're gaining the strength to move in a new direction. Because if you do look, you know, originally when I pulled this card, these cards, I thought, you know, this is this Page of Swords is cutting through this emotional fog, this emotional haze. What has been so confusing is coming to light. But as I'm looking at this, I'm also looking at the page with his back to all of this. It could also be what once made somebody very, very happy no longer does, because it's imbalanced, because it's not healthy. I'm picking up on a level of toxicity here, you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead. As I'm dropping all my cards, let's get some additional messages here. August 7th, 2020. There's clarity. I mean, this is, you know, with the High Priestess coming out and the Knave of Swords, there's clarity. You have what you need. You know what you need to know to move forward on this journey. You get sensuality. Express your sensuality. Look at that. If that isn't the Queen of Wands showing up, whew, I don't know what is. And what's beautiful is she's surrounded by all of this water, all of this fertility. So for some of you, this is about a very highly sexually charged relationship and intimacy. Some of you guys feel like you can't. Some of you guys are healing issues regarding intimacy and sexual relations. Okay, so whether there's been a past hurt or trauma that you're really working through, because I have this Ten of Cups that's also kind of budding, that wants, this is about your happiness. And some of you, you know, some of you guys are really working through that. I like that. For others of you, this is a very highly sensual person that's very captivating, very, very attractive. Confrontation. Pick your battles wisely. Yes, and we're picking up on this. Again, this is this Queen of Wands energy. Now, I am picking up on with this Queen of Cups energy, though, that one of you may be quite passive aggressive and one of you is highly reactive, you know, like throw things across the room, you know, saying really, you know, just sort of this sense of volatility. So some of you, you know, there is a confrontation here. For others of you, it's two people confronting each other. Okay, so there could be, you know, again, it could be a third party situation. This is high drama here. Lots of high drama here. Okay, for others of you, it's two aspects of yourself that need to be balanced, this emotional versus the sensual and the passionate. Okay, and how that's coming out in your personal expression. And we get creative wonderment. Follow your passion. Wow. And so for some of you guys, this is purely about creating art, because this sort of keeps coming out. It's like getting into that zone. For some of you, it's about using, you know, past hurts and traumas, relationships to really channel this creative energy, which brings you your ultimate happiness, tapping into source. For others of you, it's, you know, it's you might have had creative blocks, but I feel like that might be coming to an end. But this has been the battle that you've had within. Okay, and using and combining your sensuality with your creativity, wow, to create some really, really awesome stuff, you guys. I want to see what's at the bottom of the deck. Animal bond, standing up for animals. Wow. Interesting. But I'm also getting, yes, this might be, you know, the literal sense working and, you know, an animal rescue and that sort of thing. But I'm also getting for you, this is about tapping into your visceral animal instincts. For some of you, this is what you share with another person when you guys come together. For others of you, this is what you feel like you're missing in your lives. And this is a very sexually charged reading. So that line, you know, the line, some of you might be in a very compulsive, very sort of addictive feeling relationship, or whatever this memory is you have of this person, or what you're projecting onto this relationship. Or again, this is the energy that you're channeling to be creative. Wow, what an I just keep saying, wow, this is very what an intense reading. But I love it. You know, I love it because, you know, we have this 10 of Cups. And some of you are very clear about what you want, what you need in order to create. Or what you want, what you need in a certain relationship. Yeah. Some of you guys are fighting to be polyamorous is what I'm picking up on. This is just for one or two of you. But you, or maybe you've set that out. This is clear. You don't really want this traditional commitment because you need different things that you feel like you can't get from one individual. I know some of you out there aren't going to like that, okay? Because it's definitely not traditional. And I'm not saying one way or the other is better. I'm just saying this is what some of you are feeling. Some of you guys are coming into this awareness that you are not that you want to be polyamorous. That monogamy is not for you. For some of you, this is all about your art and your creativity. For some of you, you are making a choice between two people, two very distinct people, this watery emotional energy, and then also this creative, passionate, fiery energy, which is much more physical. And for others of you, it's these two parts of yourselves that you're reconciling. Look at that balance, the need to balance this water and this fire. Now, remember, water and fire coming together creates steam, but if you throw too much water on a fire, the fire goes out. The passion is gone. And if too much fire will evaporate all the water. So it's really about finding this balance. For some of you, I feel like when you're channeling, so this can either be through artwork or creating music or poetry, or when you're reading cards or connecting with source, some of you are having a hard time grounding. And it's getting into that zone, into that sweet spot that you're always sort of chasing that. And you're having a hard time either coming back and grounding, or you're having a hard time getting to that spot. Like you're almost focused, like doggedly focused on that. Some of you might be dealing with addictions with sex as well. That's what I'm picking up on. And retreat. Yeah, again, for some of you, this is the isolation. This creative wonderment, I see her on this path of creativity, moving up, going off into these different worlds, you know, tapping into an energy that's otherworldly. And it could be represented by this retreat, or it could be the difficulty that you're having coming back here. That's interesting because I love to work with essential oils, and I've just been researching an essential oil spray for myself and for my clients when we're really expanding, when you're doing lots of astral travel. But for some of you, this is straight up artwork. You're channeling source in your artwork. And you're crossing, you're lifting the veil. Again, we are under that Lionsgate energy, so a lot of you might just be feeling like this right now. And there are also but I can't ignore the sexuality here in this reading, you guys. And for some of you, you know, there are mystics who believe like orgasm and that like is the closest that you can get to God or to source. And some of you might be exploring that. And either on your own or with another person. And so like really coming back from that. You're having difficulties, maybe just about balance. Sacred space, create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. Yeah, you guys are really connecting here. And I think you guys are using lots of different modalities to do that. And some of you, I'm a little bit worried that you're getting lost in the journey because there is so much ecstasy here involved. But it is important to express your sensuality. This is how you get into that zone to create whatever that is, to create that healing, to create art, poetry, music, to create. Some of you guys are creating together with another person. And that's beautiful. And there's this, you know, and I love this, you know, I see so much ritual going into this with the High Priestess energy and Sacred Space. High Priestess is coming out. Some of you guys are doing that through sensuality and through sexuality, okay, through orgasm. But there is a need to create balance here. There is a need to sort of come back from that because, you know, I do see this total ecstasy here in the Ten of Cups, but then we're getting this super passionate, highly emotionally charged situation. But there is going to be a need to focus on the mundane to bring this balance back. Okay, and to be able to come back, this Knave of Swords, to be able to take your logic, you know, use your logic and your reason at some point to get on with, you know, remembering that we are having a human experience here. Wow, powerful energy. For some of you guys, this is temptation as well. And I see that maybe you're having a hard time staying here in the 3D. Like you're wanting to move up, you're wanting to ascend, which is perfectly fine, but you're tempted to do it like with such frequency and such passion that I feel like there's a little bit of a neglect here for the human experience. Okay? And because there's so much ecstasy here involved. So yeah, beautiful. But you guys are definitely, you guys are that veil. You're lifting up that veil. Yeah, and I think some of you are also seeing it as, you know, you, even though whether male or female, you're embodying that high priest or high priestess energy, and you feel it like there's this constant tantalizing, you know, of this, you know, of Gaia or of spirit, you know, lifting up that skirt, calling you in, beckoning you to follow, because there's some really great rewards. But that's also, there's a play, there's a dance here. Wow. Poof. You guys, what is going on? Wow. Okay. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. But most of all, I want to thank you for all your love and support, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.